thanks for doing this. Oh, wait, is this thing on? Oh yeah, it is. So, what do you do exactly?
So, I do other people's homework.
So when you start doing this, when did you start taking jobs?
I guess it all started when I started doing projects for other people during my high school era. At first, it would be just like the other groups would see our work, and if they like it, they're gonna approach us on the hallway, and they would say, "Hey, would it be okay if we could pay you to make our group project for us because we're having a hard time?" And I would say, "No, yeah, sure, but how much are you gonna charge me?" That's it. And the first option that I got from them was 1,000. At first, it was my first time actually taking the job, so I was, I guess it's 1,000. It's good enough. And yeah, we decided it was not just me. We were a group. We were also a group making other projects for other people. So I agreed to make the project for them, but unfortunately, my other group members didn't like the idea of them having the project done for them instead of them doing it themselves. So we didn't really get paid because we didn't get started, but I got the idea from that.
Right now, why do you do it? Around how much do you usually charge for it?
Well, if for example a student wants help with a certain subject, first I'll try to help them out and ask if they're willing to learn, because sometimes they're just too lazy, or even if they're not really interested in the subject. But I don't usually charge if, for example, a student comes up to me and said, "Hey, help me with this, I don't know, project or something, like a model." So I would go there, and if he has the audacity to learn and he likes to listen, I wouldn't charge for me just talking what it needs to be done in order to achieve what he wants. But if a student like approaches me and said, "Hey, do me a project for me," and that's when I start asking, "Okay, so how much? How much are you gonna drop down?" Remember, the higher, the better quality, and yeah, the usual stuff.
So you mentioned earlier about working for students. Do you still do that now? I mean, how does it usually work working with students?
There aren't that much students nowadays that need to be helped with, especially now that teachers and professors can actually track down who made the project. So right now I'm mostly doing it for favors instead of actual cash, because yeah, basically.
I mean, there's still students, right? Like, what do you think would happen to them if they got caught with you doing their work?
If they did get caught, they would usually just be speechless. They wouldn't answer anything that the prof would ask them how they did it. But before I actually give them the product, I would explain how I did it. And it's up to them if they actually listen or not. I would say, "Okay, so this is how you do this. This is how it's done." And if they didn't listen, well, too bad. I did all I can.
Why haven't you considered actually just teaching them for favors? It's much easier that way.
Well, based on my priority, I would really prefer to them to learn how it's done, because it's more of let me teach you something first before you give up, because that's it. That's the point where they're gonna shell out money and they're gonna say, "Do it for me, please. I can't do this. I guess I have to do it." And that's when I start, ranking up favors and whatnot. Sometimes they would exchange for a project, because I'm also still a student, so sometimes I have projects that I have trouble with, and if they happen to be good or proficient at that subject, they would help me out, but not to the point where I pay them to make the work for me. I actually want to learn how it's done.
So how do you balance this with your own schoolwork, with you being a student?
Well, firstly, I don't parade out holding a sign says, "I'll do your work for you." I mostly keep it into my inner circle. I would decline. There are times where I would decline some projects, sometimes they're too ambitious. I can't really do that much, so I'll have to decline until I know how it's done. That's one of the moments where I would decline and hopefully have enough time for me to work on my other projects.
With you doing other people's work, like, what do you usually feel when you see other people take credit for something you worked on, something that you've put effort into, and you see them get higher grades than you? If it was a dean's sister, you know you're the reason that he or she's a dean's sister. What do you feel?
I wouldn't say that I'm a harsh person. I'm not really that much of a harsh person when it comes to, projects. Like, yeah, of course you got a higher grade. Let's say, if, for example, you have a higher grade than I did. It's okay. I mean, in the end, it's just all a job.